Right, keep reading.
And heart that deviseth wicked imaginations.
Right.
Feet that be swift in running to mischief.
Right.
A false witness.
Yeah, he's a Christian man, but we know he was drunk right now. He lied. He lied when he said he wasn't. When he said he was sober. We know you. We know you hit the dab pen. We know you got drunk, and we know that's what you. It's nothing else for you to do at Brady on 11 p.m. on a Friday, but get drunk or high. Why do people lie anymore? Why do people continue to lie and portray like they're Christ-like? Right? Keep reading.
A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren.
Right, and that's all he trying to do. Right, he trying to talk to certain brothers, trying to sow discord. Right, trying to get brothers to damn bend the knee to him and believe that he's a holy messenger. Right, you're off, man. You're evil. You don't understand God. Right. So let's go back to that in Luke 4:17 real quick.
Book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 17. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place.
Y'all got 5 seconds for the Bible? 5 seconds for the Bible, real quick. 5 seconds for the Bible, real quick. All right, y'all want to step up front? Y'all want to step up front real quick? All right. Y'all know about the Israelites? Ever heard of the Israelites? Which Israelites? Ain't no such thing as called black Israelites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original Hebrews?
Yep. Right, yeah. But when you look at this is where y'all come from. Yeah. You talking about the 12 tribes of Israel.
Oh, yeah.
What y'all know about that?
I know a little bit.
All right.
I ain't naive about this.
Okay. All right, what you know about this, brother?
So, what I know is we all are big. It's these tribes, right?
Yeah.
So, Israel, I don't know too much about it, but I know a little something. The
Okay.
Hebrews, the Israelites, and things of that sort. But
Yeah.
it's interesting. Put me on. I know
All right,
this
I
ain't
got you.
right. I know this is right.
All right.
That's
Right.
That's the show. This
Right.
ain't right. This is right.
Right, so when we come out here to teach, we teach that these are the true children of God. Right, when we look at Israel today, who's in that land today?
White man.
A white man, right? And we know that they say that this is a Jew right here. That's a white man. But when you read into the scriptures, you learn that Christ is what? He looks like what?
He a black man like me.
He look like us. Right. So that's what we come out here to teach, is that our people will be the true Israelites, and you would know that through the curses, through the prophecies, and through the history. Right, you know that Christ would be a black man by reading throughout these scriptures, right? And we're gonna go through some of these things, right? We're gonna point them out for whoever you're recording for. Right, let's go to Baruch chapter 1 and 20.
I run the program called Unity.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we got another camp out in Chicago too. They teach on Michigan Ave by the beam.
Baruch, chapter 1 and verse 20. Wherefore the eagles cleave unto us.
Right? He said the evils cleaved unto these people, right?
And the curse, which the Lord appointed by Moses his servant at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt.
Right. So it's an oath, right? It's an oath. It's a covenant that these people agreed to.
Now you got the Cushite tribe on here.
The Cushites. They would be Hamites. They'd be so-called Africans today, right? Cushites would be Ethiopians, right? God doesn't deal with the Ethiopians, right?
Why is that?
Right, let me show you something, right? Because remember how we just read about that oath. Go to Zephaniah 12 and 2, I believe. 2 and 12, right? Now remember we read about that oath. He said, hey, this oath was given to Moses and to the congregation of Israel, right? No other nation, no Cushites, no Jebusites, no Girgashites, no other nation had agreed to this oath or this covenant, right? So, once they broke this covenant, a lot of things had happened, a lot of consequences had happened to these people. He said the evils and the curse, right? Now, when you look at the Ethiopians today, are they living like they're cursed? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a Coptic Christian, so I'm.
What's your nationality?
I would say
What is this?
What's your nationality?
Dig your butt over here, but not all
American,
of
I
them.
guess.
Right, a lot of us
So
is
by
already
nationality,
here.
I guess I mean like
Right,
ethnicity.
some of us got brought
Ethnicity,
over.
like
So let me bring this
I
up
guess
real
all
quick.
the
Let me show you one of the
Scandinavian-
curses real quick.
Scandinavian.
all Scandinavian shit.
Oh, so he's Scandinavian. He got questions.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just wondering what all this is about.
We teaching that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans will be the Israelites, and that the so
For sure.
Yep.
Did Jesus come over to America?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why you ask that?
Because that's just what I've heard from other people.
Yeah, he never came over to America. He died, over there in Rome. So what?
He said the Ethiopians got the Ark of the
They
Covenant.
got the Ark of the Covenant. I'm a Coptic Christian, so I'm
How do they got the Ark of the Covenant?
they actually have
Revelations
it.
11 and 19.
They actually have it.
They have the Ark of the Covenant, right?
Yeah,
Bring this
bro.
precept.
Yep. I'll look it up.
Yeah, you gotta look that up.
I'll show it to you.
Get that precept from me in Maccabees. Right? I'm gonna show you something because I'm gonna show you a mystery that nobody know where the Ark of the Covenant actually is. Right? And why would it be in the hands of the heathen? Why would God let the heathen have?
It's not in the hands of the heathen.
That is.
It's in the
They're Cushites.
I think it's 2 Maccabees 2 and 7.
They're not.
They're Coptic Christians.
Oh,
That's a heathen. The Ethiopians is a heathen. The Ark of the Covenant is supposed to be in the possession of the Israelites. About that.
2 Maccabees 2 and 7 and Revelations 11 and
Let me show
19.
you something.
Okay.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 7. Which
Go to
when
Revelation 11
Jeremiah
and 19.
perceived, he blamed them, saying, as for that place,
Jeremiah you're talking about, right? You know Jeremiah is, right?
I know Jeremiah.
Okay.
as for that place, it shall be unknown until the time that God,
What?
it shall be unknown,
Start at verse 6.
Start at verse 6.
5 or 6.
verse 5. And when Jeremiah came thither, he found an hollow cave, wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark. In the ark.
Right, so Jeremiah, he had laid the Ark of the Covenant into a cave somewhere. Right? We don't know where, right? But let's keep reading.
And the altar of incense and stopped the door.
Right.
So stopped the door. And some of those that followed him came to mark the way, but they could not find it.
Thinking about what?
But they could not find it.
Right?
Which when Jeremiah perceived, he blamed them, saying, as for that place, it shall be unknown until the time that God gathered his people again together.
He said what?
It shall be unknown until the time that God gathered his people again together.
Now, is God a liar, or did he gather his people together already?
Aren't the people gathered into the Christian church?
No.
No?
No.
I thought the church is
No.
his people.
No.
He took,
Then why are
he
people
took-
still sinning?
He took the
Explain that.
because Jesus saved us from our sin.
But
He saved
hold
us from
on.
original sin and
Hold
from
on.
our
But
sin.
if God gathered his people together, that means he's with them. They're not going to sin any longer. That means they will be in the new covenant. Do you believe in the scripture? All right, let's go to Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8. Start at verse 7.
I love the New Testament.
Brother
That's
got
why
me
I'm
quick.
in there.
I love
That's why I'm in there.
the New Testament.
That's why I'm in the New Testament. Go to Hebrews 8 and 7.
Book of Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 7.
Get out.
For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second.
Right?
For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Now the Lord saying he's going to make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. Does that include the Ethiopians?
Yeah,
Or is it
it's
how?
good.
It says Israel and Judah though. This is the New Testament.
So I thought you guys.
Hold on.
I thought you
Answer that
guys-
question.
Who's part of the tribe of Israel?
We'll read that list right there. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Anybody that's suffering from the curses and fit the prophecies.
but not people from Africa.
Not all of those people. Just because you have the same skin tone as somebody doesn't make you the same nation. Because Indians be blacker than me. Do you call them niggas?
I don't call anybody that.
You ain't never used the word nigga before?
I never called anybody that.
Okay.
In my whole
We gonna
life.
take your
But
word.
have you used it though? Have you used it?
In a rap song.
In a rap song, look at that.
Come on.
All right, but look. Now the Lord said, hey,
You gotta be honest.
you good, right? The Lord said, hey, he's gonna make a covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, right? Keep reading.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers, and the day that I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, said the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind.
Right? See, he doesn't even have time to finish the point.
No, I just
Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey.
Look at this cool right here. That's Issachar? Yo! He's damn cool. Talking about, I think your friends are my friends. Hey, yeah, get him, man. Where you going? Do you even know this guy? You don't even know that guy. Why you talking about you think his friends is your friends? You trying to make friends?
It could be. I ain't never met him.
He ain't your damn friend. You don't know him.
But how you know we can't be friends?
All right, let me get this. Let me get started at 67.
How you know I can't be friends with some individuals?
You need to be friends with us, brother. You need to talk to us.
I can't be friends with
You don't need to be friends with him.
Never trust thine
It's the
enemy.
book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. Prove him first.
What do you gotta do?
Prove him first.
You just gonna go off with some
No,
other
I'm not
man.
saying
Hold on.
he is my friend. I'm saying he could be my friend.
Okay, brother. Right, but the Lord said you gotta prove your friend first. You can't just walk
I'm
up
not
and
saying
say,
he could be.
can't walk up and be like, oh man, we gonna be best of
No,
friends.
I said maybe your friend is my friend.
All right, brother.
I said maybe because
Okay.
I don't know him.
All right,
I don't know his friend.
All right, you believe in the Bible?
You know, I've been coming around to it in the past couple years.
Okay. So what's some things you know about it?
I don't know much.
Okay.
I made it like 5 chapters in.
Okay.
You know, it's real recent.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me show you something real quick. Right. Let's go to the book of Genesis chapter 49. What's your nationality?
Mexico.
Mexico.
Wait.
Mm.
Before you get into it, so I got like kind of like 5,000 views, point of view, you know what I mean? That's 5,000 mile point of view. What's the overarching like what's the elevator station? Before you go from now, that's
What? Oh, you look at this book, he's speaking about the Israelites. He's speaking about the Israelites and who they would be today. And when you look at the nation of Israel, and you look at the people over in the
You gotta
land of
break it down.
Israel,
That makes
you
no
think,
sense. I
you
don't
think,
know. I'm ignorant.
I got you, right? When you look at the people, you know who Israelites are, right?
I know
Jews.
Israel.
Okay.
Again, I barely know anything. But
Yeah, that's how we finna explain it. So when you look over there in Israel today, you see a bunch of white people, right? And when you read throughout the Bible, you learn that the Israelites were actually the Hispanics, the blacks, and the Native Americans because they fit these things called curses and they fit prophecy, right? That line up with the Bible and in real life.
All right, you say Hispanics and I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Hispanics, blacks, and Native Americans.
Okay,
Yep.
three groups?
Yep.
Okay.
Right, so you read about prophecies and curses that would show you that these would be the actual Israelites of the Bible. They'd be lost, they'd be scattered, they'd be committing crimes against each other, they'd hate each other. And, essentially they'll forget entirely who they are as a people. Right, to the point where they're going to call themselves anything, right? So let's go to Deuteronomy 28:37. Right, we're going to get the first curse, right? And we're going to compare it, and we're going to compare it to real life. And if that lines up with these people, or if it lines up with the so-called white man.
Pat, just tell me who cursed. What? Like, who called the curse?
God calls the curse because we disobeyed God.
Okay. I just wanted some back.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37.
Get out.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all the nations which the Lord thou shall lead.
Now, what's your name, brother?
I'm a mixed nigga, so I don't know.
Right, you said what?
My name's Ulysses.
Ulysses. Now, what if I call you Jorge? You're not going to answer to that, right?
No.
Right. So it's the same thing with the Israelites. Right? He said that the Israelites will become a byword, a proverb, and an astonishment amongst all the nations that they, amongst all the races of people that they're around. Right? So they're not going to get called Israelites anymore. They're going to get called Mexicans. They're going to get called Spicks, wetbacks, aliens, strangers, niggers. They're going to get called monkeys. Right? They're going to get called all these different names instead of... Exactly. Right? And imagine being called, imagine if you were being called Jorge for the next 15 years, maybe. You might forget, if people just constantly calling you that, you might forget your entire actual name.
I might forget some people might. I don't think I would.
Okay, probably not you, but some people.
But I see
Right.
your point.
Now, when you look at the Israelites, and you look at Hispanics and Native Americans, with them being in slavery, with them being killed and oppressed, over hundreds and hundreds of years and forgetting who they are as a people, you gotta imagine once they get told who they are, that's what they just gonna go with at that point. They'll be like, all right, that's my culture, that's my heritage. Right, now we're gonna show you something in the Bible. Go to Acts 13:1, give me Genesis 49 and 14.
Look at Acts chapter 13 and verse 1.
Get out.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called niggers.
What?
That was called niggers.
So you had these certain teachers in the Bible. In the Bible, read it. You got a Bible, Acts 13:1. You got your phone, right? Acts 13:1, right? He said, "Hey, these teachers are being called niggers." Right? That's the byword. That's the curse is literally playing out right in front of you. Right now, we're gonna get another one. Let's go to Genesis 49.
Back then, did that word have the same concept?
Yeah, you want us to get it? We're gonna pull it up in the group.
I'll just take your word for it.
All right. Yeah,
But
when
it
you,
had the same concept.
yeah.
It was derogatory.
we can read it in
as the
we
classification.
reread it in another translation, updated
I just
translation.
take your word for it.
Okay.
I mean, you don't got.
Yeah, all right. Right. So yeah, when you,
We're acting in good faith.
Yeah.
I take your
right.
word.
So it's being used in the context of a dark skinned man or a black man.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, was it used to belittle people, like kick them down?
Yeah, it would be used. It would be
Okay.
used to belittle people.
Because, you know, you can call, like, for example, if I were to call my brother a wetback, it is all ha-ha, jokes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know, but homie over there looks like, so let's just say he called him a wetback and, like, said it with disgust.
exactly.
It's a different context. So I imagine,
Yeah.
like, when they said Negro, was it the same context or was it a different one?
Yeah, it was a derogatory term
Okay.
for all the Christ followers.
Because that matters.
Yeah,
That matters.
right. Right. Now let's get this in Genesis
I
49.
just said it, you know, like,
You good? You good?
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 49, and verse 14. Issachar is a strong ass.
Right now, he said Issachar is a strong ass. Right. When you look at Issachar, look at this list. When you find the name Issachar, who's next to it? Mexican. That's it. Right now, he said Issachar is a strong ass. Right. What do you think that means? What does that sound like?
repeat that, it's hard, what?
It reads, Issachar is a strong ass.
Said it's a strong ass. You know what an ass is?
Like a donkey?
It's a
You're
donkey.
using the word of donkey.
Yeah. Now, what is a donkey known for doing? It works well.
It's like a taxi, you know, he carries it.
Yeah, it carries stuff. It works real hard. Now, he said the Mexicans, they the strong ass. They compared them to donkeys. Because look, when you look at the Mexicans, who's working the hardest out here in these, on these construction sites, out here in these different fields of work, warehouses. I mean, they're working the hardest, 7 days a week, and still not getting paid for work.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, don't you think that's like the lady getting paid so they gotta do that overtime?
Yeah, they gotta work hard.
You gotta do overtime, you know,
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what the Lord is saying about the Issachar. Right? We're gonna get another one. Let's get First Chronicles 12:2.
This is the book of Chronicles, chapter 12, and verse 32. And the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the time,
Right?
to know what Israel ought to do.
What were the Aztecs known for? What was like a special ability they were known for? I'm pretty sure you look pretty smart. Yeah, what's something that the history teachers used to teach us about the Aztecs?
I ain't paying too much attention on
Okay, okay.
but I know they had like a lot of like sacrifices.
They did.
They fight, and the winners are prized to death.
Right. Now, weren't they known for making a so-called calendar and all that by
The
reading?
Mayans,
They did the same.
Mayan
Right?
can't use everyone freaked out.
Yeah. 22. Right? Now, they were doing that by reading the stars, reading the constellations, and the sun and the moon.
Yeah.
Right? That's the same thing that Issacharites, they're known for doing. Right? They were
Wait,
known
wait,
for...
wait, but the Israelites, you said Aztecs.
Yeah. It's not just me, it's all the Mexicans.
I wouldn't be a homie with the Aztec today, I'll tell you the
You say
truth.
you wouldn't be a homie with an
No.
Aztec? I don't believe it. I mean,
I'm
the
gonna beat them in
Aztec...
chess, they're gonna be like, oh dude, you're the best chess player in the world, I'm gonna tell you. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame
Oh,
them.
it's like-
But we talking about the Issacharites. That mean they were keeping the laws of God. That mean they were righteous. Right? We just talking about what they were known for doing and how
Why
it
they have
carried
a
over
different
throughout
God?
history.
Why they have a different God then?
What you mean? Why do they have a different God?
They worship a different God before the Spanish came over.
Okay, we got you. Let's go to this real quick. Deuteronomy 28:64. That's one of the other curses of blood. Right? Because when you look at this image,
Yeah,
who's worshiping this image now? Everybody, right?
Yeah, you tell me the Issachars are Aztecs and the
Yeah.
Aztecs were following God, but not.
Yeah.
You know, the Aztecs, as far as I know, they didn't worship the same
Exactly.
capital G God.
We got you.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of earth even unto the other.
So he said he was going to scatter the Israelites across the entire world.
Okay.
all 12 of these tribes, right? And they mix amongst all these different people, taking their heritage, taking their customs, so now they adopting those things, right? Let's keep reading.
Well, yeah, but all right, let's say we on the same tribe.
Yeah.
We all believe the same thing. We spread out. You go to China, you go to Russia, I go to South Africa, you go to, you know, you get what I mean, right? Why are we just gonna abandon what we think?
Some people, they just wanna go, you know what lust is, right?
Yeah.
Right? Some people want to go after their so-called lust. Some people want to do things contrary to what they're accustomed to because they want to disobey them. They want to be able to bend those rules.
I think that's a kid thing, though.
You said that's a kid thing?
Yeah, that's a kid
That's
thing.
an adult thing. You see a lot of people out here doing that.
I suppose.
You see a man.
Yeah,
Look, hold on. I got an
I
example.
guess my definition of adult is a little different than the popular definition.
I got an example, right?
You know, like-
you see men on house arrest. What do? They specifically told not to go outside. What are they doing? They at the club on a Friday night.
Yeah, I suppose the popular definition of man or adult or woman, mine's a little different.
Okay, what's your
than
definition?
Than the popular.
Yeah, what's
I
your-
don't know. I think a man is firm in his beliefs.
That's,
He
that's
stands up.
true.
He
We
stands
agree.
up for him.
We agree.
Someone presses him. He's
First
willing to
Kings
listen.
2.
He's open to change, but not without a fight. You know what I'm saying? If he's firm in his beliefs, he's not just gonna, all right, you think this, or you think that, all right, everybody's doing this. I'm wrong. No, he's gonna be like, maybe everybody's wrong. He's gonna be like, why do they think they're right? And he's gonna really think about that.
Right.
He's like, all right, maybe they are right. And he adopts that. You know,
Right. And
because a man can't stay stagnant. Because the world don't stay stagnant.
Yeah, man can't stay stagnant. You gotta always be going up. But you got men that they firm at one time and they believe, and then throughout time,
That's why I say you gotta think about it, right? So someone tells me this, it sounds great in the moment.
yeah,
I go home, I think about, I ruminate on it, you know, I get some sleep, you know, and I think about it. A man should be able to figure out what they're saying and be like, that's wrong.
right.
So they wouldn't
agree.
change their opinion,
We agree,
right?
but we agree wholeheartedly with that.
Okay.
But the thing is, with the Bible, you had a lot of men. They were men, but they weren't standing firm. They weren't, hold on.
Okay, yeah.
They weren't standing firm on what they believe how a man should. Because God says that a man, his whole duty is to keep his commandments. Not only that, it's to keep the charge of his commandments to the day that he died.
So then before they got spread around the world, they wasn't really men.
Yeah, they started.
They were kids.
They were kids in the mind.
They were
Yeah.
grown-up kids.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. So they started to adopt other gods. They started to make their own gods. Right.
Okay.
And that's what strayed them farther from God to the point where you see, the Aztecs, they were sacrificing kids to, sacrificing people to the sun, killing people, taking their hearts out. And then even today, you see people worshiping white Jesus, but in the Bible, he doesn't even look like that.
Okay.
Right? You know what he looks like according to the Bible?
He was black.
He looks black. So if he looks black, Exactly. That's well known now. When you look at it today, you don't even got to read the Bible to know that
He
he's
was
black.
not white, he was brown.
Exactly.
You can say, all right, maybe he wasn't black. He was brown
Right.
at the very least.
Exactly.
He was
Now,
definitely not white, just historically.
exactly.
That way.
Now, and exactly. That's why you have a lot of people because they're not firm on their belief, and because they weren't taught right growing up. Now you got a lot of people believing in a lie. Right? And a lot of people don't know who they belong to, and now people just adopt these false beliefs, and you see the world how it is today. It's all divided and destroyed.
All right, well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why does it matter that he's portrayed as a white guy? Because, like, icon, it's an icon, right? Like, you see the no crossing sign, that's not, it doesn't say do not cross here. It's just an icon that's adopted a message behind it. You see, like, those yellow stripes. Does that say anything on it?
No.
Or what does that say? Don't
Can't
park
be
here.
right there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So why does it matter if he's white
No.
in people's mind? If, like, in their heart, what it is the same. You know what I mean?
Because when you look at the Bible, he's literally portrayed as something, and they lie to the masses of people. And when you look at this, it makes you worship a complete different. It makes you worship a complete different entity, a whole complete set of different rules. And now you don't actually understand the Bible. You can't follow Christ if you don't understand who Christ is. You gotta understand every the detail about Christ. You gotta understand it. You gotta understand what he stood for, who he was. Right? That's how you learn. That's how you actually become a follower of Christ.
I'm trying to think, like, doesn't matter how you receive the message as long as you get it at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't matter if I get the message through email. Doesn't matter if I get it through y'all here. You know, I walk away and I'm like, all right, I understand. Doesn't matter if I had to go to church for 20, 30 years. Doesn't matter if I get it on my deathbed. Doesn't matter how I get the message. If at the end of my journey, I get the message.
What if the message I give you is an incorrect message?
That's what I'm saying. What if I don't really care if he's white, black, brown, yellow, whatever the fuck you want to call him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care as long as I get the message
So
that he's preaching.
if it's okay for me to change what he looks like, then why is it not okay for me to change his message? Like if I can change what he looks like, why should I stop there? Why shouldn't I change what he preaches
I'm saying
well?
leave the message the same.
But here's the thing.
But, all
We
right,
should,
let's go
Rock,
back.
one
Let's go
second.
back.
Ray,
You
one
said,
second.
what
Ray,
if
one
I
second.
was-
One
what
second.
if you started calling me
Hear
George?
me out.
What if you still treated me like Ulysses?
Hear me out.
It's a title.
I
don't really
shouldn't
care.
change anything though.
I'm not saying you should.
But that's where the problem comes. Because if it's okay for me to change what he looks like,
Okay.
it's okay for me to start changing other stuff. Like it's just gonna start at what he looks like, and then I go from. And this is why we say that,
I gotta
because
disagree there.
this is why we say that, because would you agree that the church, the message that the churches teach today is not the message that Christ spoke back then? You would agree with
I
that,
wasn't
wouldn't you?
there, but I think odds are you're right.
I'm right?
I think odds are. I'm not gonna.
So
say
when
you're
they
right.
changed
I'm
his,
not gonna say you're right.
but odds are as I'm
odds are, yeah, just to
so
they change,
when they
you know?
started by changing his image, and we think it's fine for him to change his image, then we should think it's fine for them to change his message. We have to draw the line somewhere. Hear me out.
I don't
We have
believe that.
we have to draw the line somewhere. You have to. Because if you don't draw the line, then it's okay for you to keep crossing your boundary. And we've crossed our boundary so much that not only is the message that Christ originally spoke no longer the same, but look at our conditions. Because we keep letting people cross our lines, our conditions are destroyed. Now imagine if we went back to not just Christ's original message, but what he originally looked like. What if we didn't allow anybody to change anything in the Bible? How powerful would it be then when it's 100% the truth? Because when I take it down to 90% truth, that means I got something wrong. Then over time, I'm going to go to 80% truth, then 60% truth, till I get to a position that there's no longer the truth at all. What if we draw the line at 100% and don't allow them to change anything? How powerful would it be then?
Maybe I just got like a wrong, in your opinion, a wrong foundation. But I don't think the physical world matters. That's what I'm saying. I don't care if he's black, white, Hispanic, if he's like some made up alien. I don't really care because I don't really see the physical as being real. It's all spiritual. So if you say he got white skin is wrong, I don't care if he got white skin or he got black
look,
skin.
this the thing.
Because if
like
his heart,
hold on.
if his energy is the same, whether or not he's black or white,
But this is
why
the
does it
thing.
matter?
Once you, what the brother is saying,
Because
hold on,
I'm
brother,
not
hold on,
worship-
hold on,
I don't-
hold on, brother,
I
hold
don't
on, hold
follow his
on,
skin.
right? Because when you
I
look,
follow
hold
his heart.
on, brother, because when you look at them changing the image, the Christian church doesn't teach what Christ taught anymore. It teaches you that you don't have to follow anything that he stood for.
They
It
didn't
teaches you not
stop
to
at the
follow
image.
commandments. They teach you that you could go and be a homosexual. Do you believe in being a homosexual?
I am not. No,
I'm not saying you were.
Oh,
I'm
do I
saying-
believe in it?
Yeah, do you believe in it?
I think people are homosexual.
No, I said, do you believe that Christ is okay with that?
Is he okay with it? I guess I haven't gotten far enough in the Bible to really form.
Well, I'm gonna inform
an
you.
opinion.
Christ is not okay with homosexuality.
Like right now, all right. I don't.
But the
I won't
Catholic
say
Church,
whether or not he believes it's okay.
he doesn't.
But like right now, where I am in my life, I think it's alright.
Okay, we're not speaking about you. We're speaking
I-
about Christ.
Yeah, all right, but
You was taught
Why?
that though.
Yeah, you were taught.
you
were
tell a
taught.
kid. So you tell a kid, don't touch the stove. It's hot.
Mhm.
Touch the stove, can get what happens?
He gonna get burned.
You're gonna get burned, right?
Right.
Is he gonna touch that stove again?
He's not.
Probably not. He might.
He
if he-
might.
You know, he
Don't listen,
might.
yeah.
Probably not. Right? But at the end of the day, what's going to happen is going to happen.
Right.
He's going to either get burnt
Now,
or he's going to think and not get burnt.
right. Now I have a question.
So answer me this. If some people want to get burnt, why should I dedicate my life to stopping them from getting burnt?
That's your right as
You
their
know,
brother.
I should tell them.
That's your reason.
I should tell them.
That's
That's
your
your
that would be
duty.
your reasonable service as a father,
Right?
as a brother,
I should tell
as
them.
a cousin.
I'll
your
be the
duty as a
messenger,
brother.
but I can't be the police. Right?
That's what you have to do. You have to stray people away from the same
You
way.
can't
Hold
always
on.
be the police.
You can't. 'Cause
Sometimes you gotta be the middleman.
sometimes people not gonna listen, but your job is to warn people before they make that mistake.
Yeah, that's what
And
I'm
if
saying.
they don't listen, you leave it alone, and you be like,
That's
all
what I'm
right.
saying.
Then they gonna come to you and they be like, damn, you was right.
Yeah.
Like I
So-
told you. Now
so-
don't do
so-
this again.
Like what you guys are doing right now is y'all delivering a message.
Exactly.
Right? Y'all ain't the police like, all right, you have to do this, otherwise this is gonna happen. You know, you kinda
that's
are,
exactly what we
You
doing.
kind of are, but not really. Like y'all ain't like
Physically-
going in jail
physically
for it.
enforcing.
Yeah, you ain't physically
Yeah.
enforcing it, right?
Yeah.
Y'all right now, y'all are mailmen.
We warning. We
Yeah,
say
right
we
now, y'all
warning
are
people.
mailmen, right?
We warning people
I would agree
what's
with
to
that.
come if they don't
But
change.
them kids are gonna touch the stove anyway,
Exactly, they will.
right? So at the end of the day, like y'all are gonna stop some people from touching that stove. Not everybody's gonna listen,
Yeah, we know.
right?
As long as we can get you to not touch the stove, that's all we care about tonight.
Right.
That's all my Friday. And look, my Friday, I slaved all day,
Yeah, man. I
For
had
the-
a hard day today.
and all that matters to me is that we get you not to touch that stove. That's all that mattered to me today.
You think it's you think the kid that got burnt, you think his mess is gonna hit harder than someone who hasn't gotten burnt yet?
I think that the truth is the truth, regardless of who it come from.
Yeah, but if I touched the stove, my hands burnt. I got 3rd-degree burns. I got to get a skin graft. I tell my brother over here, I'm like, hey, don't touch the stove. Look what happened. You think that's more powerful than me showing him, hey, don't touch the stove, and I got a good hand? You think there's got to be some people who can only learn by having touched the stove?
But here's the
That-
thing. Oh, my
that's the
bad.
thing. Even what you're saying, the experiences that a lot of black people, a lot of Hispanic people went through,
They already touched the stove.
We
Yeah.
have been there, so we can tell these people about
Some
that.
people didn't get burned though.
When
Some
you look at
people
us
just got
now,
real close. They felt the heat.
exactly, and we
They don't got the scar.
Exactly, it's brothers that done got that got jammed up for let's just say smoking weed. They got jammed up with the police. I personally didn't get jammed up for smoking weed with the police when I used to smoke. But if somebody tell me, hey, don't smoke weed because this is what's gonna happen, I have the choice to listen, or I have the choice to say, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing this until the police catch me, right? But that messenger should continue to tell me until I listen, right? So that's what Christ. When you look at Christ, that's what Christ is doing. Christ was telling people the message until they listened, or until they. Let me show you the scripture. Let's get Ezekiel 2 and 5. Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 5.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna get going.
Let me just read this
But-
last scripture real quick.
All right, I'll let you get through.
Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 5. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there has been a prophet among them.
Right, so the Lord said, hey, whether they listen or they don't, tell them my
Truth is
message.
there.
Yeah, tell them the truth, right? Because God already knows that Black, Hispanic, Native Americans are hard-headed. They can touch that stove every time, no matter who tell. If God Himself came down and said it, they still gonna do it. But He said, I'm gonna continue to tell them because this is my message, and I want to change my.
Yeah, if you don't tell them, everybody's gonna get burned.
Right.
gotta
Exactly.
tell
And,
them.
and whose fault is that? If you see a bus coming, and somebody in the street and they standing this way, and the bus coming from behind them, you see that bus, they don't
That's
see
the
it.
person who didn't speak up.
Exactly.
It's their fault.
And that's exactly what we're doing out
Now,
here.
if you speak up,
If
if you speak up and they do it anyways,
That's
you
their
do what
fault.
you can do.
Exactly.
You can do what you can do.
And that's all we saying.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna get going because really I gotta go pee.
Okay.
But I appreciate y'all like changing my ideas.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I don't agree with everything. Maybe I do. I don't know. Because again, I was like really agnostic of how like maybe like like a year ago. And you know, I started getting anxious. So like,
Yeah.
I tried before I was a long time. You know, I'm gonna go do my thing. You know, but like now I do try to seek out challenges. You know, that's why I appreciate you guys being here. So I don't know if I agree with y'all yet. I got.
Look into that info. Look into that info and then chop it up. Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate y'all coming out here and challenging people's beliefs. You know, and speaking up for what you believe.
We hope you know be safe out
The
here.
stove is hot.
All right. You know, be safe out here, brother. All right. With that, we give all honor, glory, and praise to you. How about Shemi Shai? Kwame Yashua.
Come here.
Shalom.